I believe in the traditional methodology of teaching. Even though we have this online teaching, whatever it is, a chalk and a board that should be always there. Just concentrate and don't think about anything. It's just about giving a try. It's not about failing or passing. Just give a try. Have a smile, and with that confidence, you can break anything.
Enjoy the little things in life. One day, you may look back and realize they were the big things. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I welcome you all to a brand new episode on Great Principles. Joining me in conversation is my very cheerful educator of the day, Ms. Jaicy Shalandy. She's principal of Sri Vasavi Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. We are very excited to have you with us.
Hi, ma'am. Yeah. Nice to see you here.
Same here, ma'am, and we are very, very equally excited to unveil about your journey and know more about you and what is your thought process and how we can bring about meaningful changes in education. So let us begin first a little about knowing you. How did you started your journey in education? What motivated you, and what keeps you going here? And of course, what is your vision for your students?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Jaicy Shalom, and I'm from Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. Actually, I did my undergraduation in statistics and my post graduation in Masters of Business Administration. But then teaching was not my cup of tea, actually. I did not want to do teaching at all. But when I was in my ninth standard, I was really inspired by my English teacher who taught me English through poems and through music. But then someday, if I become a teacher, I should be like her. That was my thought. But I never thought I would become a teacher because it was just by chance, not by choice, actually. So in 2010, we just shifted from Chennai to Dindigul, and I didn't have an option at all because I was totally into depression and I didn't want to go for any job. I just wanted to be a HR of a reputed company, and all my dreams were totally shattered. So one fine day, I saw an ad in the newspaper telling wanted teachers. So I thought, okay, let me give a try. In my family, everybody told, how come you want to be a teacher? Because that's not your choice. But I thought, okay, I'll just go for it. And just like that, I stepped into a school. It was kind of like a gurukulam, actually. So I just entered that school. And when I started teaching the children, I just got a feeling, like a nice feeling. I don't know how to express that, actually. So the joy of teaching, it entered me. So from that day, I decided. So if I choose a profession, definitely it will be teaching, and no, nothing can match this profession. And so years went on like that. I actually entered as a spoken English teacher in a small school here. Then later on, I joined another school and I worked there for 7 years as a primary teacher. And then I was promoted as a vice principal, which was really a shocking thing for me because but then I didn't know that okay, I can do miracles in teaching. And for the past 3 years I'm principal of a school here. So my main motto is to do service to the children in the form of education, because teaching is not just a thing, because teaching is the only profession. So we are the role models for many, because we are the only people whom others follow, because be it a LKG teacher or a 12th standard teacher, anybody in this world will have a role model. No, there will be a teacher only. So that's why I chose this profession. Actually, it was just by chance, but finally, I'm really happy to be in this profession, and I will never give up this profession for any other. So that is my journey through this. Like I'm from Dindigul, and Dindigul is actually it's not exactly a city. It's more of a town and a village mix. So people here actually they just dedicate themselves for education. And so being in a place from a place called Dindigul here, and actually the children here, they have the thirst for education. So during this corona time, we did not have we didn't have much facilities for online education, but still the parents, they really cooperated. And so that was actually a great motivation for me to proceed further. So the children are really a great inspiration for me to continue this journey, and I'm really enjoying this profession, and I'm trying to do my best in this field, because teaching is the only profession that we teachers are the great role models for many, and I just want to prove the world that teaching is the best profession. Yeah.
Certainly, it is. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
teaching is such a powerful profession that it can change and shape the life completely for a child, because teachers are the
Yeah.
one who inspires the student to take on to go to a right path and build a better living for himself and for the nation also. So wonderful thing that you're doing, ma'am. And when you're very passionate about it, then your growth has no boundaries. As you were shocked when you started as a primary teacher and you got promotion as a vice principal. So it's all depend on about how dedicated and passionate you are towards your work. So the biggest take from ma'am's answer is that teaching is a very very noble profession, and it has high impact on so many lives. So when you're doing it, do it diligently and with full passion.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your beautiful journey with us. Now we have reached to our next section, which is called rapid fire round. So ma'am, here you need to answer me in one word or a sentence would do. Okay, so it's a fast paced round, so
Okay.
we'll be revealing some fun facts about ma'am also. So starting with the
Okay.
very first question, what do you do when you're not working? What are your hobbies?
I love to read books actually, and then I love to listen to music.
Okay. One thing about you which many people would not know.
Actually, I'm a good cook. People don't believe that I cook well.
All right. Okay. So, what is your favorite dish?
Uh, anything, something, no, in chicken. Yeah.
In chicken. All right. So, the dish which is being cooked by you and which is being relished by many. Can you name that dish?
It's pepper chicken.
Butter chicken. Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that you love reading books. So, a book that you would advise to be read by all of our viewers?
Actually, I'm a Preeti Shenoy fan actually, and I love the book named Hundred Little Flames. So I would recommend that to others. It's actually a romantic novel.
A romantic novel. All right.
Yeah.
Moving ahead to my next question. Do you like watching movies, or if not, then what kind of entertainment do you indulge yourself in?
I prefer reading books than movies.
Wonderful. And you also love to listen to music, right? So,
Yeah, I do. I
with
do.
what kind of music? What kind of
I
music do you
love
listen?
yeah, I love 90s music actually, the Backstreet Boys and this life.
Wow, wonderful. Those were really magical. Those who have heard this, like me, we still, remember those notes. All right, moving ahead to my next question. If you could change one thing about a current education system, what would that be?
Whatever it is, no, like I believe in the traditional methodology of teaching, even though like we have this online teaching, whatever it is, a chalk and a board, that should be always there. Be it, whatever online education thing comes or whatever technical things come, stick to chalk and board method. That is my only advice.
So, chalk and board method has its own charm, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Coming ahead to my next question. Who is at more fault, the students or the parents, when it comes to negotiate to get what they want?
Definitely the parents. Definitely.
Yeah, parents, we actually force ourselves too much on our students, on our children at time which shouldn't be there. All right,
Yes,
coming
yes.
ahead to my next question. What is the best advice that you give to your students to prepare for exams?
Just concentrate and don't think about anything. It's just about giving a try. It's not about failing or passing. Just give a try. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Suppose you didn't get an opportunity to become a teacher or an HR, as you mentioned, what would be the other thing that you would have chosen?
A homemaker? Definitely no.
Homemaker. All
I'll
right.
be into actually, no, I love to read books. So maybe something related to books, no, maybe like writing a book or a publisher, something like that.
A skill that you acquired during pandemic period.
I was into, actually, I started my own YouTube channel. So during this pandemic time, I did that actually. I did some motivational videos, like 30 seconds videos, and I uploaded in my YouTube channel, just like that.
Wonderful. See this section. I love this section. It reveals so much about the person because we were not aware about your YouTube channel and it came out. And this is the skill that you acquired. All right. One thing, one advice for our millennial parents.
Please listen to what the children are trying to tell you, because right now children are in major risk because nowadays they're more into gadgets. We don't have time to talk to each other because earlier days we didn't have mobile phones or TVs, so whatever happened in school we just share it with our parents. But nowadays we don't get the chance. For example, even when we go for an outing with the family, like the father will be having a mobile in the hand and the mother will be having a mobile in the hand, plus the kid also will have a mobile in the hand, and there also it's like about these gadgets, so there is no time to talk. So first listen to what the child is trying to tell you, and that way you can eradicate many negativity against the children, because once when you start listening, definitely there won't be any problem. So this is my advice for the parents.
True, at times just talking and listening to each other solves a lot of things. So that's a wonderful advice. Moving ahead to my next question. Do you think making regional language mandatory was a wise choice? Yes or no?
I'm not against it, but yes, at times it is needed because when we travel across the world, there should be some language for communication. English is different. But then, yes, I do agree with that.
Moving ahead to my last question in this segment. If you were granted a wish by Aladdin's lamp, what would you wish for?
My all time wish is to take a picture in front of Times Square at New York. So if I'm given the wish, I'll be there clicking a picture. Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. And we wish that your wish may be granted very, very soon. It was very interesting to know you in this
Thank
segment.
you.
Now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is called Expert Talk Question. So, ma'am, talking about the expert talk question, the first and the foremost thing is like, there was COVID and there were a lot of children, those who were confined to their houses. And there has been a drastic shift in the way they look at the things. So I would like to know from you, how can we foster more of positive attitude? And with that, how can we make our children more confident for the life ahead?
Okay. The thing is, like, we never expected that we will be pushed into such a situation. Like March 24th, 2019 was actually a terrible day in everybody, like not only in India, everywhere. It totally created a big mess. So the main like target were the children because like everybody had an option to do something, right? So when it comes to a father, obviously, even if they didn't have a chance to go to work, but there was some source. And the parents, that is different. And but only in the field of education, the children were the people the children were the category who suffered a lot actually because they were confined into four walls. They didn't know what to do, so they just had to meddle with the gadgets. And psychologically, more of them, like most of them, they felt that stress also. So they were not able to come to school. So coming to school, that is different because once 9 o'clock when they enter inside the school, what happens? They meet the teachers and their friends, and they learn something. Maybe they get punishments from the teachers. All that is there, but still they enjoyed that phase. But we think that no, like parents think that it is very difficult to maintain the children, keeping them at home and trying to keep them calm when the siblings fight, all these things. So they were not able to manage them. But the main thing is like when you understand the children, actually they are the ones who suffered a lot. Just imagine sitting simply in four walls, can't do anything except for TV, cannot go outside. So psychologically they were affected. So in this case, no, like, but there should be somebody to talk to them. So some of the parents, most of the parents, what they told me is like, it's better to keep school. We are not able to tolerate them at that home. So from that, we understand that in this generation, most of the parents, they are not talking to the children. They are not taking the concern of the children. They are not coming to their level and they are not understanding their feelings. So in this case, what happens? They are not able to educate even their children. They could have done something different, but there were families who started playing board games. Like no, like 10 years back, we had those board games, no, like business games and Ludo and all those things. They started like that. So once when this situation came, we all went back. There are families like that, and most of the families they were not able to survive because of that situation also. So this is because of the negative thing which they had, no. So this is the end of everything. We cannot go forward. So we cannot get a great future. So what will happen to our family? What will happen to the education of our children? So what are we going to do? Can we survive this situation? So all these things, no, it's all because of the negative aspects. So one thing I just want to tell you, so whatever it is, when you have that positive attitude in your mind, definitely you can crack any kind of problem. So I just want to tell you a small example about this eagle. So we all know this eagle, it flies very high on the skies, right? And you should always remember, keep in mind that even though the eagle is trying to fly high above the sky, there are some ravens, some crows following the eagle. So these crows, no, they expect that the eagle should fall down, and so that it can become a prey for them. But this eagle, it does not mind anything. Whatever the situation may be it wind or rain, it just keeps on flying on the top. So finally, when it reaches the destination, nobody can reach or nobody can attack. So when it reaches that situation, it stands very proud there, and it looks down and said, "Now you cannot get me." The same situation only it's for the human beings also. So when you have that positive attitude, definitely you can crack anything. Just have a smile, and with that confidence, you can break anything. So being a parent or a teacher or whoever it is, the first thing you should do is you educate your children about that positive. It's okay to fail. It's okay to lose in a game. Not a problem. It's just about participation and just give it a try. So identify the talents. Now, for example, there might be a slow learner in your class. Don't term him as a slow learner. Just talk to the child. There might be a creativity in that child. First, when you understand that, definitely that person, you can make a difference in that kid's life. So, with that thought, if you keep that thought in your mind, definitely there won't be any problem. Now, for example, now India is a developing country, still it's a developing country. That's because of lots of negative aspects are still there roaming everywhere. So when people try to change this attitude, definitely someday our country will be in top and also best in education. So this is a small advice from my side.
Very well said, ma'am. As it is said that keep your face always towards the sunshine and your shadow will fall behind you. So we don't want that our shadows, we should follow our shadows, rather our shadows should follow you. So this is the magic of positive attitude. When you always look towards the sunshine, the darkness will always go behind. So this is how I understood what ma'am wanted to say, and beautifully it described the power of the positive attitude. So with this, when we have this, the entire world is full of greenery. So to all my dear viewers, ensure that you have a lot of time to spend with your children, a lot of positive talks, and for yourselves also, don't just get disheartened. Always keep your head high towards sunshine. So this was Jessie ma'am sharing with us her thoughts, her expertise, and her vision. Thank you so much for your time with us. We really enjoyed the conversation and hope to see you again on our show.
Thank you.